I wanted to speak here on the subject of acid flashbacks and what they actually are versus what you hear about them in all of the hebida hibida mebida mibida that people say about them, like cracking your back and then all of a sudden, like that's one thing that I've heard is that you can crack your back and then all of a sudden you're tripping, like it causes a flashback. And as far as I know, that's completely not true. I've cracked my back many times and it's never caused me to start tripping or flashing back. But flashbacks are actually a real thing. They might be different for everyone, but for me, they never just happen out of nowhere. They have to be summoned, and it takes like half a minute to a minute before they start kicking into gear. And when they do kick into gear, they're only about half strength as the actual acid trip. And I can only do them in familiar areas. Like, if I was tripping acid next to a tree, I can go back to that same, and while I was tripping, I was looking at something and specifically remembering, like, the ground waving around, or the grass, like, twisting in place. It's like setting a reset date on your computer. Like, you can save a restore point and then restore your computer back to that point. It's kind of like that. You like save a memory, like you're paying close attention while you're tripping to what's going on, and then later while you're sober, you can go back to that spot and sit there and remember what was happening while you were there, and you start seeing shit. It's really weird. It's like the Force in Star Wars, kind of. Like, you do it enough times, you get used to it, you practice it, it's in you. The Force is in you. But for me, I mean, it might be different for everyone. Maybe some people really do crack their backs and start flashing back. Not true for me. I can only speak for myself. So yeah, they have to be summoned and they have to be saved, like restore points on your computer. And the way to do that is just to pay close attention while you're tripping and just be like, I'm remembering this. That's one of the really cool things about LSD that other hallucinogens don't really allow, is solid, crystal clear memories of the experience. Mushrooms, you can remember the experience, but they're kind of foggy. DMT, you can't really remember the experience. Like, the memory gets a day old, and then you think back and you're just like, fuck, I can't remember any specific fucking details. It's really annoying with DMT. DMT is a in the moment experience, but not for later. Mescaline doesn't really fogify your memory much, but it doesn't get deep into you either. Mescaline, the memories aren't really that rigid. Mescaline is kind of a light trip. Like, you don't really hallucinate much. It's not really like, it feels really good, Mescaline's still really fun. But LSD you can still remember solidly later on. So that's why LSD has the highest chances for having flashbacks too. Because the memory is solid. And the way to summon a flashback is to pay attention, pay close attention while you're tripping. I think that's pretty much it.